Good morning, everyone. It's Meredith Hawk from meredithhawk.com. Thank you for joining me on day 29 of the 30-day Life of Abundance series. So today I am starting to wrap it up. And by doing that, I want to go over a concept that is so important and is the natural progression in this life of abundance and developing a relationship with the universe. So today I am going to talk to you about the law of attraction. I'm going to go over three things: why it's important, two resources to get you started in learning about the law of attraction, and how we could begin implementing it into our life. So let's get started. It's so important in building this relationship. If you've seen my previous videos in this series, which I definitely hope you will do, go back and check them out. There's some really great footage in developing a strong foundation for this life of abundance, and we do that by setting up a morning routine, by removing toxins from our body, from our household, other things like having strong mental health, and so on and so forth. So if you haven't seen those, definitely check them out. There's some really great stuff in there. And over the last 29 days, we've learned to develop this lifestyle that really manifests gratitude. And by having gratitude, we create this feeling of abundance and happiness. And that's not to say that things go wrong in our life, but we just know how to deal with them better. So once we've created that strong foundation and we're feeling gratitude and we're feeling this amazing relationship with the universe, the law of attraction comes into play by us putting out there what our heart desires and doing it in a certain way so that the universe actually gives it back to us. So we're attracting what we desire, what our goals are, what we want to accomplish. So that's why it's really important. Sometimes we can feel vulnerable doing that because we're really opening ourselves up to this unknown situation, and we really don't know if it's going to be successful. But I've actually tested it myself, and it's just amazing, and it has been such a huge part of my life, and I have just been so grateful to learn about this concept. So another thing why it's important is that it also creates intuition, and it gives us confidence in ourselves, right? So we start to listen to ourselves, we start to listen to what our wants and our needs are in a certain way that's positive, and it's amazing to develop that. So those are a couple of reasons why the law of attraction is just a very important piece in this whole life of abundance. The second thing I want to go over with you is two resources to get you started. I could definitely sit here and explain to you what the law of attraction is, how it got started, and different key characters that support the law of attraction, but this video would be very long and there's just other people who have done it so much better than I could ever do. So number one, the first resource is a movie or documentary called The Secret. If you haven't seen it already, I would definitely start there. It gives you an amazing way of looking at or starting to understand what the law of attraction is, how it came into being, and who supports it, such as great minds such as Albert Einstein, and how they have spoken about it in their work. And it has about a dozen or so different people that are experts in their own fields, and they go into how to develop it and actually gives you straight directions on how to implement it in your life. When I first saw it, I was so overwhelmed with all the information, but it was such a great, entertaining movie. I absolutely fell in love with it. The second time I saw it directly afterwards, and I had a pen and a pencil and I took notes because there's such great information in it. And I had seen it shortly again after that, just to pick up all of the things that I missed, and I've seen it many times after that as well. It is just that much of an amazing documentary. It was done in 2007 by a woman, Rhonda Byrne, I believe, and I believe you can definitely find it on Netflix and possibly YouTube as well. If I can find the link, I will definitely put it below, but it's called The Secret, and that's where I would recommend getting started. The second resource is a book by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. This is also an amazing book for so many different reasons, but to give you an idea, it was written in 1938, and it was written by Napoleon Hill, who was being mentored by Mr. Carnegie, which I'm sure you've heard of. And this book is over 20 years of research that Napoleon Hill had done with the most successful entrepreneurs of his time. Those entrepreneurs include Henry Ford. I'm just looking at the list here just to give you some. Henry Ford, Theodore Roosevelt, Charles Schwab, Gillette, Rockefeller, Thomas Edison. He worked and interviewed these gentlemen to find out what the core of their success was. And all of this research is in this book, and he goes into what the law of attraction is and gives you specific directions in how to implement it in your life, and excerpts of his interviews with these amazing people who are no longer with us today, and they can be literally your personal mentors, and you can learn from them and read different situations that happened in their personal life, how they overcame it, and how they put the secrets of the law of attraction and applied them to their own lives to become as successful as they did. So this book is just, they should have this as recommended reading in schools. That's how important it is to learn from Napoleon Hill. So this is my second resource to get started with putting the law of attraction into your own life. Third is how to actually implement the law of attraction into your life. I'm not going to go into detail because I want you to definitely check out those resources for yourself. And if I gave you the bullet points, it probably would not make sense to you. You really need to understand the whole concept and how it came into being and why it's important. But I will say it's very easy. It's a daily practice that you do in the morning before you get your day started, and constantly you remind yourself throughout the day. There's a few little points that actually Napoleon Hill went through in his book, clear, concise directions in how to implement it, and you just practice it daily. And it's so simple and it's so easy, but it's very important if you really want to reach your goals and you really want to create a life of positivity and gratitude and happiness, and you learn so much about yourself, as I have since I've gotten started, and that is the essence of this 30-day Life of Abundance series. So please definitely get started, and I couldn't recommend it more. Check it out. Google it and start to watch the movie. It's fun to watch. You can do it at any time. It's about an hour and a half or so. It's very entertaining. And then you can get this book. You can pick it up at any Barnes & Noble. It's always in stock. And I've actually seen it on sale in Barnes & Noble recently for $6. So I would definitely recommend this as well. And come back tomorrow for the last day of my 30-day Life of Abundance series. I have a huge bonus to share with you, so definitely come back and visit me tomorrow for the last and final day. And thank you so much for being here, and walking through all these different days with me. It has been such a pleasure. So definitely like this if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate your support. Have an amazing day. Cheers.